thoughts on today's game?
Where do I start? I thought first 20 minutes, I think it was 20 minutes, I'm not sure when the first goal came, but I think it was a pretty dull game. I don't think there was a lot in it, either end. And then Bevan does what Bevan does best, scores an unbelievable goal, which I said to the players that there's not a lot we could have done about that. I thought it was a terrific goal, and sometimes you have to hold your hands up, and I think then after that it was a common feature. Ball goes out of play in the far corner, they get a throw in, and we don't organise quick enough to stop the cross coming in. And we found ourselves 2-0 down. It was very flat at half-time in the dressing room. I decided to make a couple of changes which didn't have a chance to come to fruition before they scored again. And I think the third goal was criminal, really. I mean, we've been pretty tight on set plays, certainly corners, but I could see the boy was free and screaming out for someone to pick up. And this is the bit I've said to the boys, is that, look, to get out of trouble or to be a really good team, you need to do your job and a bit more. And the bit more comes where you have your man and you look around, if someone's spare, you say something. And we had enough experienced players on the pitch to organise, and we didn't. So found ourselves 3-0 down. But what I would say from then is that what gave me hope was a spell we had in the second half where we scored a great goal and we caused them problems. I think that gives me a lot of hope. I thought Richards did really well when he came on alongside Denny Johnson. I thought Burns scored a great goal and looked a threat, and I think you could see some really positive signs.
You'd started to shut the door a little bit defensively, but the bad habits seem to have come back.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, and I'm not gonna try and smoke screen that one. That's for sure. But look, there's only so many changes so far I could make, and I've been hoping that some of the chaps would switch on, like I said to you, after the last game, and the penny's got to drop. The penny has to drop, because there's only so many changes I can make in this time scale. And the players that I spoke to after the game, they know, and it's been a common feature all season in terms of conceding goals and not keeping clean sheets, and we're going to have to go back to the training ground and just keep working at it. There's no other answers, really. I'm pleased with the players that we've brought in. I thought Darrell did well at fullback. I'm pleased, and I'm also pleased with the effort in the end. The players never gave in. It could be very easy when you're playing against a team like Burton, when you're behind, to sort of give in. But we didn't give in at all. We kept going, and we could have actually scored a couple of goals. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot, and we've got to cut it out quickly.
If you could have made changes defensively on deadline day, would you have done so?
Yeah, I think I would. I think of course, but it's you give players a chance. We have to give a certain amount of players a chance here. I can't completely change the whole squad. It's impossible for me to do that. So yeah, it's about the players now fighting, scrapping, and showing and manning up. Really, we've got to man up as a group, because the remit was always to stay up, and we've got to stay out of the bottom too.
The games come thick and fast, and they don't get any easier, do they, with Southend coming up on Tuesday?
No, it's a nice easy one, Southend, yeah. But look, we know where we're costing ourselves. We know it, and but like I say, the only thing that we can do is get back on the training field and show the players. Again, there's no point in screaming or shouting at any of the boys. If it was a lack of effort today, I'd be furious, but it wasn't. It's know-how, and people have got to step forward. We have the experienced players that are in the back, experienced goalie, have to step forward, because during a game you do need to talk, you do need to look around, and you do need to tell people to do their jobs. I mean, the amount of times today when, certainly from their keeper kicking the ball up, our midfield players are far too deep. They've got to step forward. Our centre halves have got to come and win the ball, because when we do that, we look at an organised team. But there's lots to work on, loads to work on. But what I would say is, second half, I did think we had a threat on their goal against a team that's been flying in the division.
You made the two changes at half time and took one of the big lads up front off. So did you feel that just the two up front, the two big lads, just wasn't working?
I don't know if it wasn't working. I just think we conceded goals, and you're looking to find a way back into it. And I thought, Richards hasn't had a lot of football at all. Same with Manset. You're never going to get every player at this time of the season that's been playing week in week out, we've had to go for players that we think can improve us. You know, someone like Mansett was never going to last the 90 minutes, nor Richards. So that was always a plan, but it sort of fast forwarded it because I thought, you know, we do need to get back into the game, we need to freshen it up. And I thought we did look, like I say, we had a lot of play down this end. Of course, Burton always looked dangerous on the break, and you're worried at 3 that they could maybe smash you out of sight, but they didn't. And we had a brilliant opportunity, well, 2 opportunities in the 18-yard box that goes in. It's a different story, and it was refreshing to hear our fans, you know, for a spell second half, you know, getting right behind the team because we gave them something to cheer about, and that's what we've got to keep doing. We've got to look at the positives, take the positives now, and try and go to Southend and win the game. It's no point in sitting back now. We've got to try and find the wins that we need to stay in the division.